What are you doing? You're being silly. Howdy, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Clicking with Mackenzie. Here with the Donkey Divas. Also, Buna's hanging out. Buna's observing today. McCall, you can snack, it's right there. Unfortunately, McCall couldn't make it out today, so it's just going to be me and the equines and maybe a canine. Sorry we're getting started just a wee bit late today. James and I were catching up, so I wanted to do a little bit of demonstrating a game called 101 Things to Do with the Box. So leave it. Last time we did some demonstrations of 3 different ways to get novel behaviors, new behaviors. We did luring, we did shaping, and we did capturing. I've done all of these different ways with the Divas in the past, so they're pretty familiar with both of them. Go Schneck. Y'all got so many Schnecks. You got Schnecks. You do. They're over there. Gertie, look. Schneck. They're like, stop talking. Time to train, Mackenzie. You have to bear with me a little bit. Training 2 divas is a little bit trickier than training 1 diva and talking at the same time. So this time I thought we would elaborate a little bit more on what shaping looks like with a creativity game called 101 Things to Do with a Box. And we're going to test my abilities today because I'm going to try and do it with 2 donkeys at once. So what is 101 Things to Do with a Box? It's a fun game developed to teach creativity. Buna, shush, you're being too loud. You're being very noisy. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's to help teach an animal to be creative, to think of different things to do. Sometimes when you're shaping, your animals will get caught up in like what they think they should do and not think to try new stuff. And that can happen because, well, for a lot of different reasons, but say you like click a few times for, stepping forward, but they're also looking right. And they think it's looking right that you're looking for when you're shaping, but really your criteria or the thing that you're marking for is stepping forward. Having some creativity allows them to try out something new once in a while, makes that more possible, but also it leads to unexpected and really fun behaviors. And I like it too because it gives them a degree more of just like you're doing novel things together. So they come up with their own games, their own behaviors, and it can be pretty cool. So without further ado, let's try it out. We've taught this game in the past with the ball. My plan is to try and work each one of them with the ball, but give them both reinforcers. One will be getting reinforcers for ignoring the ball. The other one will be getting reinforcers for interacting with the ball. And then I'm going to see if I can do 101 Things to Do with the Box with them working with each other and me. So as if we're the different objects. So let's try it out. We'll see. It could be a big disaster. It could go great. What else can you do? Great job, everybody. So that was really cool because Gertie let Maud take a turn. Here you go, Maud. There you go. What else can you do? Oh, that's cool. Good job, everybody. And then Gertie just went. Let's do a couple more. I'm just trying to get them into the... So Maud nosed it and Gertie stomped it. Now Gertie's trying to foot on it. Well, that's pretty cool. Oh, I owe you both treats. You're moving too fast. You're going too fast. Here you go. That's one for you. And one for you. You're doing such a good job. They have a little bit of a hard time training close to each other. Good. But when they can do it successfully without getting a little grumpy, it's awesome because it should raise each other's, they should be more interactive and nicer to one another on top of it. Good job. So, that was a click for Maud nosing. Okay, cool. So that was a bunch of clicks on what else can you do with the ball. I'm going to remove the ball. Let's go. And see if I can get them to play the game with either me or each other. Take a break. So that was probably a little bit taxing for them because they're so not used to training close proximity together without getting fussy with one another. So Gertie was on her best behavior, weren't you? And so was Maud. Maud, did you want to keep playing or was it too hard to Maud is just waiting for Gertie to get grumpy with her. All right. Now let's see if we can transfer the cue to each other and me. What else can you do? This game starts out real easy. Maud, Gertie. Because it's just any novel behavior. So it could just be standing there. But then I'm looking for a different novel behavior. What else can you do? Let's see what we try. What? So I can click for Maud approaching. And we want, it can be really simple at first too. What else can you do? As long as they try something different. Ooh, so Gertie touching Maud. Her nose. It'd be helpful if it weren't so snowy. Probably bouncing around a little bit, sorry. What else can you do? Good job. That was a little bit of going to touch Maud and Maud being like, I'll step away. What else can you do? Oh, touching me. I'll take it. Here you go. And here you go. What else can you do? Oh, that's interesting. So switching sides. Any behavior is really good, and like all the different behaviors are great. And then we can start shaping. Let's see what they come up with. And if they start leaning towards something, I can start directing them a little bit more. What else can you do? We got a nose from Maud, so I'll take that. Thank you. You get one for hanging out. What else can you do? Thinking. Look at those thinking ears on Gertie. Gertie says, oh, I don't know. I can move my head back and forth. I'll take it. Good job, you two. One for you. What else can you do? Oh, cool. Turn and face me. I like it. Good job. All right, let's see. What else can you do? Stare at your sister. Here you go. Here you go. What else can you do? You just stared at your sister. Oh, that's interesting. Maud says, I can try and nose the thing, and Gertie says, I can look down. What else can you do? So they also know that they're pretty good about not doing the same thing twice. You can see Gertie is lowering her head. She's like, this is a good thing to do next to Maud. Just lower my head. Yeah. Let's do one more. What else can you do? Did you see Gertie do that again? Oh, she ran into me, which I kind of like, because that's her petting behavior with her. Great. So that's a good little session. It's nothing too fancy, but through that is how we got Gertie picking up the ball and bringing it back to us, using her foot on the ball. And that's how I would start a session. It's just lots of novel behavior. We're introducing doing it with no obvious object to interact with. And at first, like a lot of people do a box, but you can do any sort of object. The trick is just marking for new behavior, not getting too set. Good job, you two. On it being something really specific. And then eventually what you can do is start saying, do that again. And then once they hit the same behavior they just did, marking, reinforcing, and then they'll pick up on that after a few repetitions, and then they start to understand. What else can you do? Means try novel behavior. Do that again means keep going, and maybe try and do it more. So maybe hoof it 3 or 4 more times instead of just one, something like that. And it can lead to some pretty cool behaviors. Like Gertie's got a pretty good donkey fetch. It's not really as good as a dog fetch, but she'll pick stuff up and bring it back to me. Oh, that's a good nose. Can I get your eyeball gunk? Oh, get that gunk. Yeah, thank you. You two are doing great. So, cool, fun thing. It's a shaping game. And it can lead to really advanced behaviors, and it also lets the animals be creative. Now we're going to see if Canner wants to play it. So, all right, go snack, you two. Then break. Go play with Canner a little bit. Gotta get a couple more treats for him. Here's Maud. Take it. You don't want that whole big carrot? Oh, is that a scary carrot? That carrot is very scary. You sure you don't want... What if I break it in half? Is it less scary now? Oh, yeah. Oh. It says, what is that thing? Here you go. She's not seen too many really big carrots. Like, what is that? Hilarious. Sorry, y'all. I gotta break up a couple more treats for my horse here real fast. Oh, wind's coming up. Get ready for some camera shaking. It's okay. Getting there for now, so let's go pulling away. Tanner's also played this game a lot. And is a big fan. He used to play it out at the winter pasture with the big tires. And that's how he got over being afraid of those tires. Hi. What you doing? Oh, got some leaves coming in. See that? How you doing? Yeah, hello. Here you go. Thanks for coming up. You want to take a bow? It's kind of windy, so you might be a little bit nervous. Bow. Oh, I like it. Alright, so we'll do a similar game with him. And I want to see what he does if I just ask him the cue without anything obvious to play with. He's used to doing it with objects just like the donkeys are. What else can you do? I'm hoping he'll do novel stuff with me. So he just brushed me with his nose. So I'm just selecting for any behavior towards me. Be cool to see what he comes up with. Just thinking. Chewing. What else can you do? Touching my hand. He's kind of demonstrating the behaviors he already knows, which is, what else can you do? Touch my hand again. So 2, so just 1. Here you go. What else can you do? It's gonna do a lot of hand touching apparently. Oh, so he lipped my hand, great. We worked a lot on soft mouthing, so he's just really comfortable around hands and knows not to bite them. What else can you do? And he's kind of in the game. So he's doing some just rubbing. This is funny because this is a lot of like what we've been doing with toothbrush, but he's just extrapolating to my hand. What else can you do? So push it. Oh, lifting up. Oh, that's cool. So he decided to put it on top of his nose and lift up a little bit. What else can you do? Pretty creative guy. He says, I'll try something like that again. And then, oh, you're gonna put it on your eyeball? That was cool. So he's practicing moving his head around my hand. That's pretty cool. What else can you do? So push on this hand. I could have done duration there. Oh, yeah. We're gonna get a really good medical assist horse who helps me lift up my hand when I can't do it myself. What else can you do? He says, I just sit here with your hand touching me. Oh, yeah. I'm going to start selecting for lifting up my hand just a little bit. It just seems like a silly, fun thing. What else can you do? So I'm waiting for him to lift up. He's trying out different stuff. I should have said, do that again. Do that again. No, clicked for going down instead of up. That was a mistake on my part. That's okay. What else can you do? He's just there, he's slowly putting his... Get out again. He's trying up, he's going down. It's a little just... Because a lot of times when my hand is above his head, I've taught him to relax, to drop his head. Oh, that's cool. So he's like playing with moving himself into my hand. I like that a lot. Do that again. Oh, he's petting himself. Like, you're going to be like one of those dogs who always just like walks up and puts your head under the hand. Do that again. Gotta give yourself a good pet. Yeah. That was pretty cool. What should we call that? Here, I'm jackpotting now, so that's giving a couple of treats one at a time to encourage the behavior more strongly. Just like with gambling or something else, when you get a jackpot, it releases more dopamine, which makes the behavior stronger. What else can you do? So we're trying a novel thing now, because I said, what else can you do? It says, I'll just touch your hand again, which is great. Let's try. Let's see what he does with just this. Now I come up with a word for it. I can start naming it and then putting it on cue, which a lot of people call command, so that it becomes a novel behavior. And I could make it something really fun where, like, you know, he walks all the way along my hand or something like that. Or like hairdo. You want a new hairdo? What do you think? Should we fluff your hairs? Good job, guy. What is this? Get out of there. A little buggy in there. Get that bug out there. You keeping bugs in your hair? Alright, let's try another. What else can you do? What else can you do? Touches my hand. Goes down. And then he's rubbing it on his eye. That's pretty cool too. I like that behavior a lot. Alright, I'm going to give him a little break because that was a lot of training on novel behaviors. When you're doing new things like this, it's important that you do short sessions. It can be helpful to break out like 20 treats, 30 treats, and then once you're done with those, give them a break. I'm really bad about that, so that's where I'm not the best example sometimes, because I like to go and go and go, and I forget, get lost. Snack. This little jackpot for working. I'm going to go a little bit away so you can have a little break. Breaks are important. They give their brains time to process. You'll see a lot of jumps in novel behavior improving if you incorporate breaks into any sort of training session that you do. This game specifically was is proven to be a good way to get them more comfortable with novel things. So anything from hands to gates to things he hasn't encountered before. He says, let's keep going. I'm ready to train. Yeah, you're an Arabian. You know how to train real good. What are some of the behaviors that we've taught with it? Let's see. We've done... What else can you do is how we got him to do some of his stomp. See if he remembers that. Stomp. He sometimes gets it confused with bow. Sometimes he thinks it's like, oh, I better bow and then stomp, so nobody thinks that I'm stomping mad at him, huh? And we've also done some work on qualifying cues, which are like right or left, so it's do the behavior, but do it right, do it left. He's not so great with that. We kind of started and stopped a lot. Are you getting in there? You're just going to take it all? Right, have one. You leaving it? Ready? Where are you going? Leave it. Stomp. Oh, that was a good stomp. I like it. Do you want to get your own snack? Yeah, you need to get your own. He says, I want to pick my own, Mackenzie. Here, have that too. Yeah, I mean, it's not a great idea to let them just eat out of there if they think to, but it is a great idea to cue the behavior. Okay, snack. Up here. He's like, I'll snack down low. Take it. There you go. Once in a while, so that they know when it's appropriate, rather than being really defensive of it and then making it higher value. Huh. Did you snack? You lost one. It's right here. You see it? It's a carrot. Yeah, get it. Want to eat, huh? Yeah. a little bit kind of a weird weather for him to run in, so because it's a little slick, so he might not want to do it. Take it. You don't want it? All right, you take this one. All right, now I'm running over here. Be careful, don't run and chew at the same time. You can choke that way. Huh. Yeah, you know. We also saw we got bite on cue. Bite! He's like, stomp? That's close. Bite! He's like, no, I better stomp it. No. That's a good stomp. It's true. Yeah. All right. Stomp. Let's see if we differentiate between the two. It's like, wait a second. Did I just do that? Oh, now he's going to bite. You just show it. You're just messing with me, make me look bad. Bite. You switching your cues. But you can teach right stomp, right? So qualifying cues. Right now it's just which side I'm on, I think. Well, let's see if we can get a little further with it. But this all came from 101 Things to Do with the Box. Left stomp. Let's try it again. Right stomp. He's like, right bite. Stomp. Oh, that's left stomp. Other stomp. Yeah, so like I said, we're not quite there. If I had started clicker training with him when he was a little bit younger, I think it would have been a little easier to get that. It's a good stomp. Other foot. Can you do this one? He's like, I'll bite, I'll stomp, I'll do whatever. Bite! Stomp! Nice. All right, so that's 101 Things to Do with Box. You can keep going with it. People train really sophisticated behaviors all the way up to like getting a tissue and bringing it through that game. And also gives a lot of creativity and choice to your animal friends. So try it out if you got an animal at home. It's a fun thing to do. You could also play it with a human and see what they come up with. They're pretty fun. It's a pretty fun game to play with friends too. Just don't use any words and just mark and reinforce for increasingly novel behaviors and see what they do. All right, thanks everybody. A big thank you to James for running the cameras, Ranch Hands for keeping everything going. Big thank you to Canner for being my pal. Oh, thank you. Those are some very nice kisses. He says, thank you. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to all of you for tuning in. Thanks to Suzanne for making it all go. Celia for helping get the word out. And everybody else, we'll be back next week for another round. Bye. Okay, you want to say goodbye? You want to do this thing again? What is it? What else can you do? He's like, I'll stomp this tire. Tires, are you familiar? What else can you do, friend, aren't they? Come on, let's go.